Hi guys, another update for me, Sound of Faz Radio, my usual weekly update. Quite a lot of things to mention, so I'll try and condense them into as short a video as possible. Firstly, Sound of Faz Radio, back as usual tomorrow night, 7 till 9. We'll be playing a bit of everything from 7 till 8. Electronic dance music of various genres with some pop thrown in. And then 8 o'clock till 9, we'll be going into the mix on the camera like this, with some funky house tunes. So I've got a huge amount of vinyl under here, and a big chunk of it is funky house. I love funky house as well as my trance classics. So I'm going to be dipping in there and just playing an hour of brilliant funky house tunes. So that's Sound of Faz Radio, as usual, tomorrow night, 7 till 9 p.m. This Saturday, this is my next thing, this Saturday, Locked In Events is hosting an all-day festival, and it'll be a day of dance music covering so many electronic genres, and each DJ is going to be playing their specialist field, so it really is going to be a great day, and it really is a full day as well. It's kicking off at 12 noon and going right on till 1 a.m. the next morning. So the full lineup is as follows: 12 till 1:15 p.m, Summer J. 1:15 to 2:30 p.m, one of Locked In's residents, Ralph Martinez. 2:30 to 3:45, Jay Roberts. 3:45 to 5, Richard Osadzenko. 5 to 6:15 p.m, myself, Sound of Faz. 6:15 to 7:30 p.m, Matt Thiss. 7:30 to 8:45 p.m, Jacob Callahan. 8:45 to 10 p.m, Matt Turner. 10 till 11:45 p.m, David Yarrow. And finishing the night off, Locked In's very own resident Andy Atkinson, 11:45 till 1 a.m. So it really is an all-day dance festival. And that's going to be streaming on Mixcloud at mixcloud.com/live/LockedIn-events. So if you haven't already, if you head on over now or before the festival, create an account and make sure you follow or like Locked In Events on Mixcloud. It just makes it easier and it'll notify you when they're live and so on. So that's all good. So if you can, tune into the whole festival and let's get Saturday jumping. I mean, that's what Saturdays are for. Also, when you see anything pop up on social media about it tomorrow, please, if you've got a second, just hit share or hit like. It really helps. That kind of support really helps any event, to be honest, because the support means potentially more viewers, and more viewers means more events going forward. So we really, every DJ would appreciate, but Locked In Events definitely would appreciate that. If you just see it pop up, please hit like, please hit share. It'd be really appreciated. The next bit, right? I've just finished off with this really, just an update on my own tracks. Obviously, I make quite a lot of music. Now, the Bay remix, which is my remix of the theme tune to the program The Bay by Samuel Sim, with vocals from Storm. Now, I say remix, it's more of a recomposition, because it's basically the original track with more layers of strings, more layers of drums, and a bit of a breakdown. So it's kind of a revisit, I suppose you could say. But that just seems to be growing week by week by week. I mean, currently, that's up to it's just under 7,500 views it's had on YouTube, which is fantastic. And one thing to note, it's not all about views and numbers always. I mean, I've got some videos on YouTube, mashups or remixes from maybe 15 years ago that have got kind of over 120,000 views. So the thing is, in those days, it was a bit easier to get people to listen to your music than it is now. It's really difficult now. So, like I say, it's not about views, which makes it even more positive that 7,500 people have listened to that. I'm really pleased with that. So that's quite an achievement for myself personally. My original track, Breathe, which was out in January, and Chillin', which was out in March. Chillin' is still gaining momentum because it's only been out a week. Breathe came out at the end of January. That's just hit 20,000 views on YouTube. So again, I'm ecstatic with that. It's fantastic. And it's growing. It's growing all the time. So really appreciate everyone that's listened to those tracks. And anyone that listens to any of my tracks, you know, maybe down tempo isn't your kind of scene, but that certainly there's a couple of dancey, trancey tunes coming, which definitely will be your scene. So I like to do a bit of everything, and I like to make music that's basically right at the time. So I'm not kind of tied to one thing. So actually that makes it quite exciting for me that I can just jump from one thing to another. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know, you know, my genre will probably jump again. But yeah, I really appreciate all the support on that. We have got a commercial dance remix coming out shortly on Moonshine Music. So Moonshine Music kind of hints at who the artist is, but it's probably not enough for you to guess. So the artist is someone you will know from the 90s. It's Rednecks of Cotton Eye Joe fame. So Rednecks have a track called Nowhere in Idaho, which is from 1995. And there's some fresh new remixes that are being released very shortly to bring it back to the forefront. And one of those remixes is the Sound of Faz remix. It's very commercial, very dancey as usual, but as usual with me, it's kind of got a touch of trance in there just to give it a kind of uplifting vibe. So I look forward to sharing that with you when I can. It's not been released yet. We're just still awaiting a release date. So once I know, I'll share it with you. Finally, the last thing, my new trance track, my original trance track, Everything is Beautiful, which I've mentioned a couple of weeks ago or a few weeks ago. It's ready for release. It's ready to go. But I've had to just hold it back a little bit because I'm in discussions about this with various parties. So just watch this space on that one. A few people, you know, a few close friends that I've shared it with privately, you know, think it's great. It really, it's what it's trying to do is sum up the late 90s trance vibe. Because, I mean, trance nowadays is fantastic still. But there's something special about the late 90s trance classics, you know, that somehow has kind of got lost maybe along the way. So it's kind of trying to revisit that vibe, and I think I've touched on it, and it works really well. So I look forward to share that properly once it's released. These discussions that we're having about it might mean there'll be a few tweaks to certain things, so it might still need a little bit of moving about, layering, and this, that, and the other. But once that's done, we should be ready to go. So more on that when I can tell you. So that's everything for me, and I will see you or speak to you probably next week. But in the meantime, I hope to see you Sound of Faz Radio tomorrow night, and I hope to see you at the Locked In Events Festival on Saturday. So cheers.